What up, world? Welcome back to Errbody Wanna Talk. We in the streets. It's your boy Nise Stanfield, your gracious host, and I'm here with the young Lord Rocket. Now, for everybody that don't know you, tell them your name and where they can find you at on social media.
All right. So, it's RocketSuperNova, and I'm a fashion designer, interdisciplinary artist, and you can find me on social medias at Supernova Rocket number 8 at gmail.com. That's my email, and then Supernova Rocket IG. That's my Instagram, and www.rocketsupernova.com. That's my website. So those the three means you can get. Those the three means where is which you can get in touch with me pertaining to my art or anything that I got going on.
Hey, y'all see these shades, man. My boy created these, the Rocket Supernova designer shades, and all the information that he just gave you to where you can get at him at, this where you can find these at. Now, yesterday, a lot of our people all across the world celebrated Juneteenth, and I just want to give a shout out to all my people, man. Let's continue Black power, Black excellence in a real way, and we're going to get right into it, man. Now, I've been knowing this brother for a very long time, man. He a man of many gifts and talents. And a few years back, you authored a book, and I want you to tell the people a little bit about that.
Okay, yeah. So I published that book. I started writing that book when I was in high school back at the V. You know what I'm saying? We was thumping down back then, making shit happen. Shit. It was stereotypical shit. You know what I'm saying? Like what's it called? Statistics. You know what I'm saying? We was on some stereotypical statistics shit back then. And for me, I've always tried to put myself ahead of the curve. So because I was a super talented person, very intelligent, and school was boring, I often found myself in trouble a lot amidst peers that were making 4.0s, outstanding GPAs, from jocks to other people that were involved in extracurricular activities. They were always very much on top of being ahead of when it comes to their grades and having particular GPAs. Me, I was GPAs. I was in the trenches with my niggas and shit. We was rapping, we was trapping, So,
Most
but
definitely.
I was hella smart. So I was like, all right, look, I'm finna write a book to secure an M. So I started writing that book in high school, and my English teacher to this day, I had two English teachers and a biology teacher that inspired me to write that book. And in the beginning of that book, I give them credits, and the book is dedicated to them. Because on top of me being very talented, but also having a behavior problem, getting kicked out of class all the time because I was bored and shit. They always fed me knowledge that was outside of the current curricular that engaged my mind because they knew that I was gifted. So I dedicated that book to them, and I started writing that book because at the end of the day, I didn't want to go out like no loser, and I wanted to secure $1 million for myself.
That's beautiful, man. Shout out to the V, man. Vashon High School. That's where, a lot of stuff began for all of us. That's where we met.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like he say, man, day one guy, man. Like, for a long time, you've been on a spiritual journey and transformation for yourself. Um, I want to know, what was the vision that you had for your future?
Well, that's a very good question, Nice, and I'll be more than happy to answer that for you, King. Because not often are we asked these type of engaging questions that actually delve into the mentality of us as individuals outside of our creative work. So, with that being said, for me, I had a vision that was myself. At a certain point, I started experimenting with psychedelics because theory is only going to take you so far. So I had read plenty of books in relation to psychedelics. I'm not the type of person that's just going to just jump into something without doing adequate research. So I did my research. I had read plenty books, and I had, I was an avid astro projector. You know what I'm saying? All of these different skills came natural. So when I started reading about out of body experiences, DMT, higher states of consciousness, it very much stuck to me like glue. So as I got into that rabbit head and I started evolving, then the perception of myself started evolving, and I started to realize that I was an unlimited creative being that was tapped into a cosmic reality, that I was one and absolutely a part of nature and the cosmos, and everything that I did had an effect on that, and that I should move in a way that amplifies my cosmic alignment and my cosmic awareness of who I am in relation to the universe, not just Earth. You know what I'm saying?
And that's beautiful. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I respect you, bro. Because, like, when you was on your journey, man, people would see you walking with this tall stick. You had your gold garments on. People thought you was crazy.
Yeah, everybody thought I lost my mind. Everybody
thought he lost his mind. But I'm like, I respect that he being himself and he staying true to the mission that he on. So you can't do nothing but respect that. You know what I'm saying? Like, me personally, I'm one that's big on authenticity. You know what I'm saying? I want to be authentic and genuine and just be myself.
100.
Because when people see me now, they say the same thing. Oh, you didn't change. Like, we supposed to evolve and grow. I don't supposed to be the same person I was when I was in the street and doing all these other things.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I can say, bro. I always respected you for being who you are and staying true to what you was trying to do.
Solid, Nise. You always kept it a buck with me. You always more, and rather you realize that, you know what I'm saying, you being one of the original OGs, one of the original gangsters, you know what I'm saying, that has stood the test of time, because we done lost so many, your words have always empowered me to continue on my path. Well, you rolling with the realest, you one of the realest, you know what I'm saying? You tough like that, you lit like that, and you just who you is. Because back in the day, man, we didn't have too much corny shit going on.
Not at all.
With that being said, you always just respecting me as the individual as I was. There was more or less a sense of validation, like, all right, cool, nice fucking with me. Somebody else gonna fuck with me, because I know Nise a real one. I know Nise solid, and ain't no corny shit coming from Nise. So Nise fucking with me, that means real recognize real. And that was something, a sense of empowerment for me back when I was young, you know what I'm saying? That made me like, all right, let me continue to be me and just be an individual.
And from day one, bro, always been solid. Like, when we met, when you approached me, he just was a young kid interested in, like, things we had going on. We all used to box. He wanted to get into that. You know what I'm saying? We discussed, like, where he could go to hone his skills and get better and all of that. But I'm finna talk about now. Like, this past weekend, the young Lord just put on a hell of a art and fashion exhibit. You know what I'm saying? We was at the Mississippi Underground, a place that I had no idea about. Nice space. I'm talking about, it was beautiful, man. The people in attendance was like, they was in the zone with all the art that was in the venue. You know what I'm saying? The models, you had vendors in there selling merch. It was just a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of the models, man, they did a very good job with their walks, the looks you had them in, bro.
I love the models.
It was dope.
I love how they show up. I love how they work with me right now, because I'm in the process of becoming a super successful multi-billionaire in this realm.
Love to hear
across so many different platforms. So I'm very appreciative of those models that are 10 toes behind me right now in my infant space of vision. Because yes, I wouldn't even necessarily say I'm an infant. I could very much be a toddler right now, whereas, this reality of I'm walking, I'm talking, I'm starting to say words, which means that you can see the dream coming true. You can see me making moves, but I've only began to skim the surface of my creative potential. And to have these models that rock with me, that stick with me, that believe in me right now in a space where, you know, all I can offer them is dope photo shoots from the show, possibly clothes from the show, interviews with my media network, or different photo shoots in relation to my brand. It just puts me in a space of infinite gratitude because I'm definitely manifesting that realm, that reality where Rocket Supernova is the ultimate brand, which it is, coming straight out of North America, America, the land of our ancestors. And guess what? This is the high-end luxury brand. We got a team full of hands-on creative artists and designers. And guess what? We making billions, and anybody associated with us getting millions. So guess what? The joke's on you if you don't believe in the program. The joke's on you if you lagging. The joke's on you if you're second questioning the potential and the creativity when it comes to this movement, because it's happening in real time and you're dealing with someone who has uncutting willpower, unbending willpower, and not just unbending willpower, but the energy of the people that believe in me to make it happen.
Man, that's incredible. That's an incredible answer and response. And at the same time, I want to say this. Everything get greater later. But what you doing, man, you giving these people confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like, they see how strong-willed you are and how focused you are on getting to the top. You know what I'm saying? It's the ground floor, and we taking the stairs to the top, not the elevator. We ain't taking the easy way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the grind always been incredible and impeccable from the start. Like I say, for many years, man, I've been following and watching what he got going on. You know what I'm saying? So what I want to ask is this. What does Rocket Supernova have up his sleeve next that you can share with the people?
That's a good question, Nice. And I'd be more than happy to answer that for you. Because intelligent questions not only benefit the person who you're asking the question to, but it benefits everyone that's listening. So this is for all my listeners, all of our listeners that are listening to the answer to this question. May you take the answer to this and move accordingly so that you have a cutting edge in your career and your creative ideas.
Beautiful.
So what I'm finna do next is I feel like I've already fucking grabbed the torch when it comes to conquering fashion shows in St. Louis. I can keep doing fashion shows in St. Louis. I can get more and more people out. I can continue to put my energy in that direction. Easy, we winning. We can do that. It's a snowball effect. Once you're rolling, you're rolling. You only get bigger. But honestly, I'm trying to pay very much close attention to the overhead and the expenses in relation to my creative endeavors because I'm an entrepreneur and I'm a businessman. These are things that you have to have in mind because guess what? You have mouths to feed. You have a family to take care of.
Yes,
you have a roof to keep over your head. You can't just be out here doing willy-nilly. You know what I'm saying? Like we not illegally trapping. We're legally trapping,
yes,
which means everything is accounted for. Every dime is accounted for. We're not asking for no handouts. We're simply making it happen. So with that being said, the next thing going forward, I realized that fashion shows for me as an artist are a little bit strenuous because I have to do absolutely everything. I have to wear all the hats.
Man, that's a hell of a job.
I have to wear all the hats. And I can't focus on selling tickets and making clothes at the same time. It's a conflict of interest. It's a conflict of interest to my creative power and my creative abilities. So until I align with an individual or organization that can make sure Rocket Supernova sell out everything, because the hustle in me be like, yo, bro, we're going to hit the streets. We're going to make sure motherfuckers there.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And that's been good and that has worked, you know, and I do that. But as an artist, as a creative, it very much limits my ability to exercise my creative power on a runway. It takes away. So I'm just going to do just like, we loading up to just exclusive creative arts parties. Like you gotta be part of the Solar Society. You gotta be part of the Solar Elite. You gotta be, you gotta have a membership. You have to already been invested in a fashion show. You gotta have a collector edition ticket. We got over at least 300 people out there with collector edition tickets. It's not for everybody. If we can get 150 to 200 people at our events as we do them and maintain exclusivity, maintain novelty, maintain you can't be here, we don't need everybody there. So that's what we're working on now. Everybody got a collector edition ticket. You part of the Solar Elite. And now Rocket Supernova has went private, and you have to be a part of the Solar Elite to come to these events. Unless when the fashion show comes, you buy in and you get you a collector edition ticket.
There it is. And look, I want to say this. This is a marathon, not a race. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all can keep trying to be the first or this and that, this and that. This is a marathon. And we gonna get to the top one way or another. You know what I'm saying? Like, me personally, man, I try to speak positivity into all my people that got things going on, because I know how hard it is to be a young black entrepreneur trying to make your way in this world. You know, you sometimes you have your own people doubting you and questioning you what's going on
all the time.
They trying to reflect their fears on you. You know what I'm saying? But nah, we go getters. We used to this. Like, if you can transition from the street or whatever you had going on in the past to some positive, like you say, we legally trapping. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, we came a long way from the things we used to do. So we just gonna continue to curate things, hit y'all with this art, hit y'all with this fashion, and just be dope individuals, because that's what we are. We dope individuals. Y'all, you know, a lot of people try to play follow the leader and whatnot, and we most definitely leaders. So if you're gonna follow somebody, man, follow somebody that's authentic.
Somebody that got a decent sense of direction.
Most definitely.